YouTube is not what everybody's telling you. Okay, so if you're a starter, you see everywhere everybody's talking about cameras, you're talking about um they're talking about videos editing, they're talking about thumbnails, and they are saying many things, and you're already agitated in the sense that, okay, probably your phone is not the best of phone, you're not comfortable with your cameras, you're already wondering what you're going to do. Okay, so I'll still say it again, you're welcome to the right place, because today we're going to discuss everything you need to know. Since tonight we've been able to solve our whys, hopefully, and I am going to probably ascertain that by seeing us write our assignments on live events like this next week, right? But one of the things I would want to say now to everybody who is currently joining is that once your why is certain, right, you can now move into content creation, which is what literally all of us were doing on LinkedIn, but we didn't really figure that out. For me, one of the things I would say again, if you're on LinkedIn, join YouTube. If you're on YouTube, join LinkedIn. There's something about LinkedIners and resilience, and for me, I am always very excited to talk about it, because I don't know, just showing up for the length of time. I think Phoenix Gates, we pushed Phoenix Gates for 7 months right now, back-to-back events, and all I can say outrightly is that you cannot, I don't know, that resilience, you need it in creating videos as well, right? So if you've won, for all the people who have tried somehow to discipline themselves to show off, what is it about videos? So I said again, if you think that your gadgets are not up to par, you might consider faceless video at the time being. But then even CapCut right now, right? If you're able to pay for a plan or two, for us who are in the bootcamp, we'll find a way to, for the list, by the time we're collating all the lists, and sending to our community leaders, they'll be able to put people in different groups. We could even make it in such a way that a group of person can pay for CapCut, so that you can all have an access to it for a very cheaper price. If you would want to maintain the community of people who would pay for it, you can as well just go on and you're paying for it monthly, and you have consistently have your cap cuts. That will be part of the things that I'm going to advocate for the in-house persons. If there's need to pass any information, definitely I'll make a video and put it up. But like I said again, no tool. First of all, your why is the main tool. So when somebody comes around your video and is saying that, oh, look at how this person is looking, which kind of dry phone is this? Oh, she doesn't even have an iPhone, or she doesn't, her videos are not looking bam. One thing that will keep you producing videos consistently, it will be your why. So that's why we are saying it's better you settle it now, because when you settle, people are laughing at you. Just like when I started the Phoenix Gates group, right? Some people were thinking it was all about the number, or it's because I want to be famous, I want to be popular. I'm like, these people, you don't even know who you have just met. That's just the truth. You have no idea. And I'm hoping that everybody can literally sit down and tell themselves the story of why they started what they are doing, such that people inconsequential, you're still able to show up for and for the people that you love, right? So this is me also still talking about it. Okay, so somebody said, do you need any loan in your organization? Okay, sorry, this might not be something we'll be talking about here now. Okay, no problem. I will add you, Amisha, or you might just want to fill the form. The form is currently on the post I shared this morning, so you can just fill and join. Awesome. So awesome, Bankoli. So please, everybody, I'm hoping that we'll all work on our whys, and then we come out strongly next week. Awesome. So thank you so much, Chinonyerim, because it's going to be easier for you to do things for the long haul when you have decided to probably pay attention to your why. So thank you so much for everybody who are super exciting. Like I'll say again, for me, this is, I love to always be at that place where I am such of a light that makes other people's lights shine, right? I like that pathway. I enjoy it every single time, and that's why it was simply super easy for me to sit into the coaching. What will I call it now? The coaching ideation. Yes, that's much more better. And that's exactly what I'm going to be doing here tonight. So I said, YouTube, before you start saying I don't have videos, I don't have a good camera, please don't worry. If you have some of these apps right now that we are also going to have, we're going to have a list of guide. In fact, I sent a few prompts to a few people who had already indicated interest. I'm just hoping that they're already using those tools now. But then there's no challenge. I will say start from where you are. Okay, so for everything new, right, you have nobody to impress. So even if you post and it's just you on your video, no reaction, right, you don't have anybody. After all, you're already at the bottom. So what is the pressure really about? The most important thing is if you are consistently meeting the needs, your own, like you're answering the questions of your passion and you're giving consistently, then you're right at the best place, right? So there's no pressure. And that's what one thing I would always tell people. So YouTube essentially is the ultimate platform for video content. So that's what all of us are going to be doing here. So we're here to ensure that we churn out video content. I told you some of the advantages, right? Most of these young content creators who do a lot of videos, public speaking comes naturally to them. They are invited, they do skits. I mean, how can you explain Dr. Aproko now into movies? Literally in the movie. In fact, there are very few skits that he has not been involved. But that's the idea of not being too rigid with your why, in the sense that, okay, I'm a professor, so I'm going to hold a pen and paper and I must make people understand the mass. So please be fluid as much as possible, understand the generation you're in. And for me, I think my favorite so far, my favorite generation is the Gen Zs. I mean, these guys have demystified all the demystifiable, and call why. I was born in a place where I just want to see anything that anybody exalts in an inexorbitant way. I will just bring it down so that we just understand that, I mean, success is a trust. For me, that's my mantra. If you're successful, you were trusted by a few other people who saw that, okay, you were consistent and capable. Okay, so essentially, I'll go back to the topic of the day. I say YouTube video content. And video content doesn't necessarily mean video as in your face into it. It could even be write-ups that are summarized in content. Yes, so it could just be write-ups. So write-ups that are probably just written. And that's why you see some of those meme videos that the person, you probably not see any face, and you see some funny write-ups and people are laughing and reacting and they are sharing it as well. Please, you don't have to, like I said, there is a form on most of the posts I've shared for most of this week. Please just go and register there. I don't think it's okay to share a WhatsApp here. It might not be so good so that somebody doesn't take advantage of you, right? So just fill the form so that your information can be discreet, right? Well done. Thank you so much. I'm so honored, right, that you want to be a part of the community as well. Okay, so we said again, as I said from the beginning, we have over 2.5 billion monthly active users. So it's not just a billion users as in numbers, is that these people show up. There's a lot of traffic on YouTube because, like I said, if your content is very relatable, it's very emotional. So like I said, most times when I generate content, the day that I would want to write a script, right, I would want to pass it through, I'll say, emotionalize this content for me, because sometimes I can be very strong, maybe because of my wiring and what I've been called to do, right? I'm usually very strong, right? I've been raised beyond emotions. But the truth is, most people will not connect with you if they don't know that you have been through a particular journey with them before now. So that's why it's always important that you know how to communicate to people from their own place, not just from your own place. So we talked about the second largest search engine after Google, and guess what? They still own Google. So Facebook, YouTube owns, Google owns YouTube, right? So it's the second largest after Google. So it means that there is a huge opportunity. And guess what? It's more like a double win. Okay, so I search for you on Google, I'll still see, just the same way we would see LinkedIn content sometimes, or see you, not necessarily LinkedIn content, but YouTube has a higher rank of searchability when you use Google, of course, because it's the same person that owns it. So they definitely would want to sponsor their own events, right, before anyone else. Okay, so this is essentially by numbers. So every minute over 500 hours of videos are uploaded, right? Every minute. So afternoon and evening, as much as possible, you can use your green room, right? Or green, what's the word now? Let me get